Hello and welcome to another video, and in this one I'm going to talk a little bit on rewards and player engagement in MechWarrior Online, and I'm going to relate it to another game that I know as I play it a bunch, and that is Guild Wars 2, and it's I have it open here and I'll be alt-tabbing between the two just to show some examples. There are some other games out there that you could pull examples from, but I know Guild Wars 2, so that's what I'm going to be using. So, what do I mean by these rewards and player engagement? Rewards would be your C-bills, your experience, your MC, that sometimes you get a little bit of MC from events and such like that. And engagement is you wanting to log in and show up and play and such like that. So we can look at something that Guild Wars does currently if we go to the select mech. And we can look through all of my mechs here. I'll just flip it to owned for a second. And we can see the ×2 multiplier. So if you look at my Shadowcat here, I will get double experience if I play and win a match on that mech. And that resets every day. And that's a pretty standard for sort of the MechWarrior types. So MechWarrior, World of Tanks, Armored Warfare, that kind of thing. They all have the double XP bonus to help grind out your mechs through the various skill trees of whatever you're going to be going through. So my Shadowcats here, of course, I've got it all done, so I don't need the experience anymore. So that that ×2 isn't, once you're done, it isn't really drawing me to get into the game. But it does work for a good duration while the player is working through their mechs. And beyond that, there really isn't any other daily thing that drives someone to get on and play the game unless they just want to play. There could be weekend events that, say, will push people into faction play. There could be, win so many matches this weekend and get a doodad, which is nice. But I think that they require a lot of work, at least from what I've seen. The guys at MechWarrior need to make a page for it, make graphics for it, make an event for it, and my buddy here's probably invited me to a match. But we have the Valentine's Weekend Challenge. Oh, what does it do? Oh, there's all this information about it. We have to make all these things to put it out there. But a simpler system would be to have it integrated into the game, and to show an example of that, I'm going to log into my Guild Wars character here. So, hopping in on my Revenant, I'm going to be loading into one of the main cities, and I'm going to show you the different things that they have to promote a player to come back every day and at least log in and check out what's happening. And I have to say, from my personal experience, that this is working fairly well for me as I've been logging in consistently to this game. So, we can see up in the top right, there's a whole thing here, dailies. And I'm just going to open up my hero panel here and go to my achievements, and we're going to see the dailies. And first, before we get to dailies, there's these login rewards. And this is a monthly cycle thing. So once I log in 30 days, and they don't have to be in a row, I could miss a day, but then I would basically not progress to the next step. So every day that I log in for the first time, I progress along, and I get items. I get special currencies, such as laurels, which you can only spend at certain merchants. I get things that boost my magic find for my character. I get crafting items. I mean, a lot of this stuff won't specifically work for MechWarrior, but we can take the concepts behind it. We have a, hey, you logged in, here's a bonus this, You've logged in, here's a quantity of C-bills. You logged in, here's a chest or a supply cache, you could call it, and you opened up your cache and, hey, look, it had a Gauss rifle in it. You got lucky. or it had a ton of ammunition in it, and you're not very lucky. But you could have those sort of the grab bag events. You could have those built right into the client, and that would give a reason for, hey, I'm going to go log in, I'm going to see what I get. And then you could have an increasing progression like this, where let's say the first week it's 2, 1, 200 low, and then the last week it's 8, 4, 800. It's much higher, so it promotes people to continue to log in. But looking at the daily, we have all of this stuff here, and the daily is going to click over in 30 minutes from now, because it goes at 4 p.m. for me. And we can see what all of these are. There's just so many different things. I need to complete 3 in order to get my daily completionist, and that gives me 3 spirit shards, which are an item I need for higher level crafting. I can go and do any of these. Oh, I want to do the Claw of Jormag. That's a specific world boss that spawns every so often, and I get that list of stuff there. I can go into PvP and do certain items there. I could, spend 25 badges of honor, which is the PvP currency. So maybe I was going to do that anyway, and then I just look at my dailies and go, hey, I was going to go buy something there. I can just get an extra bonus of doing that today. But then there's a lot of just ones that are, fairly easy. Like, I'm just going to go chop down 10 trees in the area of the world that's called Ascalon. And so why I'm showing a lot of these off is because I think that they could be really well implemented into MechWarrior Online. What if we had you log in and you would see maybe in this area of the UI, or you have to think about it when it's scaled down to like an 800 by 600 because they still have to support that. You could fit it somewhere in here, but you would have your sort of daily quests. It could be win 3 skirmish matches. It could be kill an assault in a light mech. Call that David versus Goliath or something along those lines. You could create this list of, say, 100 different actions, and then have the computer choose either randomly or on a set rotation, say, for today, here's 5 optional objectives that you could do. So go and win a faction warfare game. And that could be a quest. And then at the end of the quest, you're going to get an extra sort of supply cache, and that's going to have X amount of C-Bells. Or say a really difficult one that's like, say, win 10 matches in a this, you could give 100 MC or something along those lines. Keep the MC rewards low, because obviously that's a paid currency, but you could do this and have these rewards in place so that a person is more engaged to log into the game, see what's available today, see what's happening, and play. And when you do weekend events like they have the weekend challenges, you can do those with this existing system. You just have your, say, 5 normal ones, and then you put on a special few that are like extended duration, bigger challenges that have big rewards, and you would all be in this same system. And this is another thing that I really love to see. Is it's kind of silly, but in Guild Wars, when you do one of these things, so if, say, I run off and do Ascalon Lumberer real quick here, and I'll cut this out so you can see right when I'm done. Okay, so chopping down the last tree here that I need for the daily, we can see I get the pop-up. I did my daily Ascalon Lumberer, and the thing it's obviously just a psychology thing, but seeing a little chest pop up and going, hey, you did something, it spurs me to go like, hey, I achieved something. Look, I got a free doodad. I got a free thing. It's this thing in the center of the screen saying, hey, you succeeded, here's your reward. I would love to see something like this in MechWarrior Online. I mean, right now, if you finish something with a weekend event or something along those lines, and then you log back in, you'll see the injected items, but that's really bland, and you only see it when you log in. And go away, Ghost, I'm trying to talk. Something like this while you're playing the game, while you're sitting on the main page here. I want to see a bouncing item here. I want to see something that I can click, and then it'll randomly give me an item, or it will say, click, you got this, and then it's like, oh, accept, and then it goes off, like the little icon will go off into the mech lab. As like when I do this, this little icon is going to go up to here with my inventory. So I see that item's now in my inventory, and I can, you know, open up, if I can do my cut buttons correctly, I can open up my inventory, and I can open that up and go, hey, I got these items. Look how it pops up on the right. So I know what I've gotten. I've succeeded in this for this reason. You know, I want to see this in MechWarrior Online because it would make me feel so much more engaged to log in and play, because I'm a very simple person with simple needs. I want shiny doodads that say you've achieved things. Just watching my little C-bill counter in the bottom left here go up doesn't mean much to me. And in this way, they can also not buff C-bill earnings, but help people along with their stuff. Because then you could say, oh, you defeated that, you got a random pull of a weapon, oh, you got a AC-20, you're not going to use the AC-20, pop it into your inventory and sell your AC-20. And then the person goes, hey, you know, I got 300,000 C-bills sort of drop from the daily if they're not going to need it. But if a person was really saving up or putting together a build and he needed another AC-20, he's going to be really excited because he just got exactly what he needed for his thing. And you could have these like loot tables and stuff like that, so people would be like, oh, I'm going to open my box for the day, am I going to get really lucky? Oh, I got a flamer, I wasn't. Or, oh, I'm gonna click my thing and, oh my god, I got a champion mech. This is like a 0.01% chance to get this. And I'm just gonna port my character back to a town so that he's not gonna get attacked. And I don't know, that's what I would like to see in MechWarrior Online. Just, I want shiny, randomized doodads that are saying, look, you achieved something. And of course some other in-game rewards that improve player performance, such as, you know, surviving down to a certain amount of health before dying, you know, tanking damage. That should be properly rewarded. And killing an opponent very quickly without them being able to tank damage, basically have those two balance each other out, should also be rewarded, because they both promote good play. You know, that kind of stuff. But anyway, it's just a quick sort of what I would change with player engagement and rewards. Thank you for watching, and good hunting.